Are you serious? I promised myself that I would remain calm during this video. I promised myself. Would you help keep me in check? Because this will be very difficult. Actually, the last video I did, I got so upset that the neighbors up above me in the apartments pounded on the floor. First time they've done that in 3.5 years. So I must have really lost it there on the Fukushima power plant. But let's calm down, everybody. Are you serious? Calm down. Let's just remain calm. People have asked me over the years, Pastor, can you tell me what the New World Order would look like? Or what would take place? What kind of a government would we have under a New World Order, a one world government? And then I saw this list of things that the government has shut down due to the partial shutdown. And because of the partial shutdown, the President of the United States gets to pick the things that he considers non-essential. And I'm going to share what those are. Treatment for children suffering from cancer. The GOP has agreed to compromise by funding part of the government, including the National Institute of Health, which offers children with cancer last chance experimental treatment. Obama has threatened to veto this funding. The World War II Memorial. The closing of the World War II memorials. Although the White House knew that many 80 and 90-year-old World War II veterans had already booked flights to visit the memorial, the White House still found resources to spitefully barricade the attraction. Furloughed military chaplains not allowed to work for free. Furloughed military chaplains willing to celebrate Mass and baptisms for free because they're not getting paid since due to the shutdown. They're non-essential. And don't feel bad, chaplains. I've been a minister 29 years. We've always been considered non-essential by the world. So that's not going to change, okay? But what's worse, they were told they couldn't go. Even though they were willing to volunteer, they were told they could not go. And matter of fact, some of them have now been placed on Article 15 for disobeying direct orders and went ahead and held private services with some of the soldiers. Business stops in Florida Keys. This is amazing to me. I mean, if you're all for growth and jobs and economy, why would you shut down private businesses because they participate on public land? Well, although the GOP has agreed to compromise in the ongoing budget stalemate and fund these parks, Obama has threatened to veto the funding. As a result, the small businesses, the hunters, the commercial fishermen can't practice their trade, while the feds have deemed the personnel is necessary to keep these areas, which are non-essential, keep them closed by putting in enforcement officers to keep the non-essential area closed, which then shuts down these businesses who operate there. Obama blacked out all sporting events, entertainment programming to all overseas troops. You know, shut down their ESPN, shut down their Air Force News channel. Keep them in the dark. Give them nothing to do. Don't let them... Just tell them to stay out there on a ship and be quiet. Just wait till we call on you. It's not essential for them to have any information or to even watch their favorite sports team. I mean, what do they need to watch a football game for? They're only out on the middle of a ship in a little bunk for 9 months at a time. They don't need to watch that, right? That's not essential. Shut the cable off. How do you shut the cable off to an aircraft carrier? Is there some little button somewhere off the top of a satellite? Are you serious? Obama closed the D-Day Memorial. We know he did that. Also, Obama tried to close the privately funded Mount Vernon. Now get this, George Washington's home at Mount Vernon it's a big estate, okay? Well, it's privately funded. It's not federally funded. Private individuals maintain George Washington's home on Mount Vernon. But the parking lot where the people park so they can walk into George Washington's estate, it's federally funded. And so the White House shut the parking lot down. What? So people show up there to see George Washington's home and they can't park their car. Are you serious? Apparently, after a massive media outrage, the federal government changed their mind and backed down. Obama also closed over 100 privately managed parks that don't cost the government a dime. The U.S. Treasury actually makes money from the rent paid by private companies that employs about, and there's 400 to 500 employees that work at these camps. They're camp workers. They're managers. It's in about a dozen states. It costs the federal government zero money. In fact, the government collects the rent from the camps. But Obama has deemed them non-essential, and even though they don't cost the government anything, he closed them anyway, putting 400 or 500 people out of work and shutting down revenue that would have came to the federal government. I don't even understand that one. Obama closed the self-sustaining colonial farm it hasn't supported since 1980. For the first time in 40 years, the National Park Service has finally succeeded in closing a farm down to the public. In previous budget dramas, the farm has always been exempted since the NPS provides no staff or resources to operate the farm. But now Obama has closed it. Obama tried to close a state-run park in Wisconsin, but the people of Wisconsin reminded him this is not federal park. This is a state park. You might want to check your references. Obama did close the Vietnam Memorial, although many of the Vietnam vets threw the barricades out of the way, shoved the door open, or shoved the barricades out of the way, and invited the public to come join them at their memorial. They were been run off 4 times, and there's even been a couple arresting Vietnam vets for trying to visit their Vietnam veteran memorial. Obama did close privately owned hotel and a police block parking lot. The operator of a 51-room hotel located on U.S. government-owned land in North Carolina abandoned his position to keep the property open despite being ordered to close as part of a federal government shutdown. So he owns the hotel. It's on government land, and Obama said, shut it down. You have to close your hotel because you're on our land. Even though it's not costing the federal government any money, they made him shut it down anyway. That's in North Carolina. Again, do you want me to go on? This is what a new world order will look like. At the whim of whoever is the leader of the world, will close down anything and everything that seems non-essential. Now, I must let you know that President Obama did not lay off anyone from the White House staff. His chefs, house cleaning, his butlers, laundry, they're all operating and they're all working. And his golf course is also well-groomed, manicured, and ready at any time he feels the needs to go play golf. It's open. And Camp David is ready for him at any time, fully staffed with everything he needs in case he decides to go. Those are all considered essential. And I'm not saying that they're not. But why would you shut all this stuff down? Okay. Can I ask a question? Because you guys can answer down below, but can we tour the White House yet? I know we got a partial shutdown right now. I know we can't now, but when it's over, are we back? I missed it. I missed the memo. I never got the memo. Because can we go to Washington and visit the White House and tour it? Or just the Muslim Brotherhood can do that? Again, I'm telling you what it looks like, how things will look under a new world order. FEMA camps will be, by the way, I wanted to tell you guys this. All FEMA camps are open. They're shutting down national parks. They're shutting down memorials to veterans. But FEMA camps are open. They got to have them ready, staffed and prepared. They were supposed to be completely ready by October 1st. The same day the government shut down, FEMA opened up. How's that make you feel? A little New World Order there, a little Illuminati for you. Somebody should start an Illuminati news. I'm not going to do it. I got to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I am. As I'm explaining to you these things, this is just a sample of what the world will face once an Antichrist is fully in charge of the world. This is just this is nothing. This is a little irritation, poke you in the eye kind of stuff. Wait. You don't want to be anything, you don't want to be, nobody wants to be around for that. And I don't know the day nor the hour the Lord's coming for the bride. I have no idea. I know I wrote my book, Mark of the Beast, RFID. I put a lot more strenuous issues in the book that will help you understand what will be going on this planet when the New World Order comes into power. Okay? And the name of this book is called The Mark of the Beast, RFID. You can find it at my website just to help you understand the whole global picture. You're going to have a false prophet. You're going to have an antichrist. And he will rule the world with a rod of iron. Martial law, Sharia law, they're all going to be under the same umbrella. It's going to be a wicked world. Are you saved? This list goes on. I can't go any further. I can't talk about Cape Hatters and shutting down the parks and the road. Shutting down the road that leads to a park. Shut the road down. The park is owned by the state of Colorado, but you shut the road down going to the park. I mean, these are just deliberate actions to inflict pain upon the American public when it doesn't need to be done. I can't read this list no more. It goes on and on. I just can't read it no more. I just can't. I can't do it no more. I made the point. Point is, when the world economy crashes, when the mark of the beast begins to be implemented, when the New World Order, and I really believe the New World Order will actually get in position before there's a mark of the beast. I think that there will be a one world global government before the mark is ever implemented. It gets implemented under this umbrella, but the church is going to go through much more persecution before the mark of the beast begins. So you have to understand, when it talks about the beginning of sorrows, a lot of Christians don't want to get a hangnail. It's time you understand. You're in for this. You're in for a little bit more of a long haul than you think. Now, he will come and get us, and we won't suffer the wrath of God. He's not appointing us unto wrath. But before the mark of the beast actually begins, the New World Order will probably be fully in place. And at some point, an Antichrist will emerge, walking into the temple of the Lord and declaring that he is God. So we don't know exactly the day nor the hour. We're not going to trip over the tribulation here trying to figure it out. The most important thing to do is see the signs are developing in the sky, in the waterways, the water turning red, in the birds falling out of the sky, and the fish and the cows dying, in the wickedness, saying evil is good and good is evil, when the love of many's waxed cold, nations are riding against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms, signs in the sun, the moon, the stars. When you see all these signs, know that it's almost over. The time is near. Jesus is coming for his bride. Are you saved? And are you part of that bride? Give your life to Jesus Christ. And don't miss my show today. It will be powerful. We're going to talk about all of this and more. The current world events, Comet Ison, updates, and everything taking place around the world and how it relates to Bible prophecy and the powerful Word of God. God bless you. Are you serious?